All right. In case you missed it tonight, yes, you read the title correctly. Uh, Ex-Knick, ex-Great Nick, Charles Oakley was arrested, ejected and arrested during the fourth quarter of the Knicks game versus the Clippers tonight at Madison Square Garden. If you're too young to remember or know who Charles Oakley was, Charles Oakley played for the Knicks during the 90s. He was their best rebounder, their best defensive player. He was the leader. He was an enforcer. He was the identity of the Knicks team, and he was as tough as you could get. One of the strongest players in the NBA, and over the last few years, he's been very critical of the Knicks and the NBA in general about how soft the league has gotten, and he's not the only one. I don't want to hear about bitter old player. Uh, the NBA used to be much tougher. It was more defensive oriented in the 80s and 90s. Now it's basically schoolyard basketball. No defense played, and it was pretty surreal. Apparently, the report is he was sitting next to Knicks owner James Dolan in the crowd, and they Dolan doesn't like Oakley for some reason. Maybe because Oakley's been openly critical of Dolan and the Knicks. So I don't know what led to it, but before you know it, security surrounded Oakley in the stands. He became enraged. He started pushing security away. Before you know, it's security and the NYPD restrained him, took him to the in the tunnel, and then surreal moment. They had him on the floor. Oakley was insisting he didn't do anything. Uh, the cops handcuffed him, and he was arrested. It's pretty pretty surreal, but my guess is that it happened in the first quarter, and of course the Knicks lost the game. What else is new? Well, surprise, surprise, they were outscored 31-20 in the fourth quarter. Lost again. Uh, Maybe Oakley was enraged and was giving Dolan an earful about how horrible and weak and soft the Knicks are, that they don't rebound and don't play defense. Uh, Maybe he was telling them to get rid of Carmelo Anthony, like I've been saying, and a lot of people have been saying. Uh, who knows? It was surreal. But quick rundown again: Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan had their way with the Knicks, of course, scoring at will. Uh, the the Knicks had again to sit here and say they had a great offensive night. Who cares if you can't make stops? It doesn't matter how much points you score. You could score 135 points, but if you lose 139 to 135, a loss is a loss is a loss. You got to make defensive plays, defensive stops, and I've been saying this all year. They can't make any stops when they have to, when they need to. If you can't make stops in the NBA, you're you are a lottery team. Anyway, uh, the saga continues. Like I've said, it's going to get much worse before it gets better. Carmelo Anthony's still on the team. Uh, Keep your fingers crossed that they'll get rid of him soon enough. And I feel sorry for Phil Jackson. Like and subscribe. Leave your comments.